Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel where today we are going to be doing a backtesting session on the TTrades Fractal Model where we are going to be focusing on the 4 steps for a great trade, and that is starting with the bias. Then we confirm the bias with the daily profile, then we look for cracks in correlation, and then we look for our entry. So let's get into it. Let's name it the TTFM backtesting 1, default balance, NQ, ES, and YM. I don't know, let's choose 2023 and September. So let's start from Sunday and end it close to our date, and let's wait for it to boot up. I'll quickly make the adjustments needed. So we need time, we need interval, and date range. Yeah, that should be good. Let's delete the volume, we don't need that. And let's put ES here on the left side because ES will 90% of the time be the middle asset, and Q in the middle, which will be our primary asset to trade, and also YM here, which we would use to confirm strength and weakness with NQ. So looking at the daily chart, we can see that we have dug inside this low here on NQ, and we have SMT like this. Overall, looking at this range here, we can see that YM tends to be the more bullish asset. And recently, we can see that we have been in an expansion to the upside. Our final draw would be the all-time high on all 3 assets. Do we have a PSP here? 31st of August. Yes, we do have a PSP and SMT like this, which got us down to this fair value gap on August 29th. So for now, NQ looks like it is the overall strongest asset. Looking at the 4-hour chart for this day, let me see if we have the custom settings. So yes, let's jump to the New York session. Okay, so we are inside the New York session at 9:30. Okay, let's jump back in. So looking at the daily chart, we can see that we have a C2 on the daily. We have SMT in the gap, so SMT fill with YM, and SMT is like this actually, and then again like this. So we have a 2-stage SMT with YM, where YM closed the previous day bullish as opposed to NQ. We will have to decide on the lower time frames which asset is actually the strongest when we try to take our entry. So from the 4-hour chart, we can see that we only have this PSP with ES, so not really anything of true significance. At the low of day, I see that we have been in an expansion to the upside. No, really, we didn't have any retracements. But if we still want to go up to these failure swings, we do not really need to visit this quote-unquote fake low of day, because it wasn't really made with a 2-stage. But we have this 2-stage from the previous day, On a 1-hour chart, not really that much to see. We only have this relevant level here, and we are inside of a gap on YM. So we only have this relevant high here and this relevant high here on YM. And for now, we do not see any major signs of reversing, even though we have this really nice looking C2. We have not yet disrespected this gap, so we are still looking for buys up to the upside. I'm going to be fast forwarding price in 1 minute increments to better grasp how the price moves. So let's see how 9:30 opens up. I don't really have a setup in mind just yet. We have this 1 hour low here, and as I said, we are inside this 1 hour gap on YM. We have SMT on the lows here, where NQ is still the strongest asset to the upside. I'm gonna let the first 15 minutes pass, and we will see what we get. So 15 minutes have passed, and we can see that YM is looking like it wants to go to the downside for now, and we are gonna be waiting to see if we get a strength switch to then maybe trade NQ to this high, or if, because we see that relative to this range, so if you were to take your fib from that high to this low, we are close to the EQ of the range. And if you were to do the same thing on YM, we can see that we are above it. So NQ right now is trying to catch up with YM first to this high, which is in a premium, and then maybe we can see a strength switch, sorry, with YM, and YM can catch up to this high with NQ. So let's see. YM is still going to the downside. I don't see any relevant levels here. If we jump back to the 1 hour chart, maybe these equal lows, but they are in kind of a proximity to this low. Let's see. I want to see how we open up at 10. So NQ closed above these opposing candles. So NQ is clearly looking to go up, and I just want to see a quick strength switch with YM. And YM, it looks like it's straight up dumping. I think the only relevant level would be the current low of day. Okay, so we are at the low of day on YM. We didn't really get anything to base our trade off of. We can see that we are completely decoupled, where NQ is just trying to push higher while YM is pushing lower. But because YM has taken this relevant level, we should get a new phase of price right now. And if that phase of price is a reversal or even a retracement back into the range, that might work with NQ trying to go to this high, because YM is going to help NQ drive up higher. So let's see. It looks like because YM failed to manipulate this low, I think this day is going to be a write-off because our draw was more so to this high and later to this high, but because of the price action on YM, which is clearly reversing, we may put off longs for now. Let's see if we get something to trade here. Let's see on a 1 hour chart when we close 411. So what do we have? We have this right here where we have a PSP and SMT. So we have the high of day set right now. Can we get strength switch with NQ and YM for NQ to reach down to its respective low of day? Let's fast forward the price a little bit. So let's see what we get. We need to see right now, we need to see YM close below its respective up close candles, because most of the time I've seen that when the stronger asset tries to go down, but the weaker doesn't want to switch, doesn't want to CISD, this is how you can get faked out, and this move can just go down and then rip up and sweep out once again. So I want to see, okay, you see right now we are below the lows. Even though we are not at the low of day, I'm quite skeptical of taking a short here with my stop where about above here. I don't like taking trades below recently taken lows, so we have to get a retracement of some sort before I can take a trade. So we have to short if this high would be protected. So let's look back on the 15-minute, and we have a PSP, and for now we have SMT like this. We also have SMT fill with this gap on NQ. So technically now, if we were to get a CISD below this, and also YM would start going down, we could get a short to the low of day. We also have this gap that we are currently inside. I am just looking at YM to see if it wants to CISD, and that would be our confirmation for the short. Because for now, you can see that we are just ranging until YM decides that it pushed up enough for it to go back down. I don't like the fact that we closed above this fair value gap. So right now, even if we CISD, I would like to see a close below this to even consider a trade. So we are right now, as I said, taking a CISD here is risky because YM wasn't going down at the same time with NQ, and things like this just happen where you sweep the most recent swing, and then you go back into the range to sweep out the high. And right now we can see that we have some small downward pressure on YM if I remove the drawings. So let's reevaluate. This is the new open for a 6-hour candle. We don't have PSP or anything on the 6-hour. On a 4-hour, we can see that we have a PSP on the 6 o'clock candle, and then we have a SMT above it. So we are still looking to get to the low of day on NQ. On the 1-hour chart, we can see that we have gotten inside of this fair value gap, while YM didn't. This could potentially be a strength switch again with YM to get down to the previous day low. And let's see how we move inside of this. So this is not a SMT fill anymore, as YM got inside its respective fair value gap too. Let's drop to the 15-minute chart. We just have a one stage here, and I want to see some speed. I want to see some gaps opening up. Until then, we are basically just ranging. Nothing really interesting at all. And that's gonna be it for this day. So let's get to the next New York session. We didn't really get any action on the first day. I couldn't get in on any price legs. We just we moved up, and then we just basically made the whole daily range in about 30 minutes or so, in let's say 1 hour, and that was it for the whole day. So the next day, from the daily chart, what can we see? So we have taken the Friday low. So this is a Tuesday. We have taken the Friday low. Have we done the same? Yes. So we have done the same on YM and on NQ. We still have an SMT pointing like this. So technically, NQ is still the most bullish asset. On a 4-hour chart, what do we have? Do we have the high of the set from anything of true significance? And looks like we don't. And more of that, moreover, we can see that YM is already above its 18 o'clock candle. So for now, intraday, you can see that YM is a stronger asset with this PSP here. And do we have any more SMTs? No. So it is just this. So overall, you can see that we have a strength switch, right? Like where NQ doesn't take out this low, but it closes bearish, while YM takes out this respective low and closes bullish. So I am leaning towards taking longs on YM to these failure swings, to these previous days high. This, I think, would be a low-hanging fruit for today. This high is much higher than compared to this. So on the 1-hour chart, what can we see? This is not an SMT. So we have YM closing above these down close candles. So this is a bullish order block. We've gotten inside this fair value gap, and we tapped the bullish order block. So I'm just looking for upside moves here. On a 15-minute chart, it is quite choppy. On NQ, I would expect NQ to maybe take out this once again at 9:30. We should be going up though on all the assets, but I don't really like the price action for now. We have this bullish order block. Do we have any two-stage? We have SMT like this, where YM is clearly the strongest asset intraday. And we also have SMT with ES. So I really wouldn't want to trade the NQ today. So we will let the first couple of minutes pass by to see what we can manipulate, and then we will decide. So I'm gonna let the first 15 minutes pass. Okay, so we can see that YM started to go down to fill in this inefficiency. So this SMT has now been broken. So we still have this gap, and do we have a PSB? No, we don't. So we are just waiting for YM to see if it wants to sweep out this low and start going higher. Okay, so we have the low swept, and we have to see the reaction from here. Okay, we have a nice reaction here, and looking on a 1 minute chart, we can see that we have CISD here, and we have one more continuation order block, but we have not closed above these two fair value gaps. So I'm gonna be waiting on that. NQ, I don't like the price action on NQ. NQ is just in a range. I would like to see this low get taken, even though we have SMT like this. I don't really like it. So we have closed above this fair value gap on YM. If we look on the 15-minute chart, would this be considered a PSB? Kind of, yes. This opened and closed at the same price level, and this was overall a bearish candle. So we technically have a PSB here. With the PSB and the SMT, we have a two-stage like this, and it is in a gap, and I'm looking to frame longs to this current high of day. Do we have a CISD? Yes, we do. Is this really a V shape? Not really. Do we have any more confluences? We have this small SMT like this, where you can see that YM is overall the strongest asset. So you could possibly take this retest here with your stop on the low and target to these highs. So like this. So we can see that we have another SMT to the downside, and NQ has switched strengths with YM. You can see that NQ CISD on this 1006 candle, while YM is still lagging behind. I wouldn't want to see price close below these two fair value gaps here, and ideally I would like to see price close above this swing and this to become a bullish breaker to support price to the upside. If NQ continues to push up, that is a good sign, and it will probably take YM with it. NQ is still pushing up, but I don't like, this closing below on YM didn't sit right with me. So let's reassess. NQ is stuck in this range. I would like to see NQ take out this low. So we are kind of stuck in this consolidation here. And until then, I don't know if I want to take any trades. YM looks like it's still going down, and we have a really nice reaction from this, where we have a PSB on this 10 o'clock candle. On the 5-minute chart, we can see that we have really nice reactions. We have this balanced price range here that gets respected. Also, we can see that NQ is going higher. Also, YM looks like it's V-shaping. You could take another step at this with your stop on the body of the CISD and look to take a trade to these highs. This would be your last trade of the day. So let's see if it pans out. This is warning again. So why is it bad news? We have had this range, and then you can see the reaction after we take out this side of the range. NQ is having is basically V-shaping on the lower time frames. I don't really like that. And we have also taken we've taken out this short-term buy-side liquidity. So we are basically inside this 15-minute gap. And judging by NQ's reaction and also ES's reaction to this gap, we are I'm gonna go break even on this trade right here, and we are probably gonna be looking again for a short setup to this low of day, because I don't really like NQ after leaving this range. It should have stayed close to it, see a reaction, and then go higher, because I don't like this. Let's see. So we get stopped out, break even, and as you can see, this trade would have been lost because of NQ's reaction. So let's look again on the 1 hour chart, and if we measure the previous day's range, we can see that we have a reaction close to 50% of it, and then we start going down. So with this in mind, we have SMT between the 9 and 10 o'clock candle. So we have a bearish SMT pointing like this, and another SMT between these highs, where you can see that on ES, the 8 o'clock candle and the 9 o'clock candle are SMT'd, where 9 o'clock didn't take out 8 o'clock. So essentially now we are bearish, with NQ being the stronger one and YM being the weaker one. Let's see how this current 15-minute candle closes, because if we close below this fair value gap, I'm going to be looking to frame a trade to get inside these fair value gaps, maybe this auto blocks opening price. So let's see. So we didn't close below it. We actually closed very close to its CE. I don't like this day. We can see that we've taken this consolidation high. We closed bullish and then tried to go back up to that consolidation high, and this is just consolidating. We technically have this PSB and SMT like this, but it's not. This was more so relevant because it took out some highs, and also this dug inside this fair value gap. So we are looking for shorts right now. Shorts are on the cards. We have this fair value gap on the 5-minute chart, and if we see some reactions, we also have this BPR like this. So if we see reactions below this, maybe we could short it. Again, I don't like this bullish momentum back up. And now we're consolidating. This is a bullish signature where we push up and then consolidate. We have to take out this high again to maybe see something else. NQ just looks like it's pushing higher. We have a PSB here. We haven't invalidated this, so Yeah, I just didn't have the bias right for this day. It was up, down, up, down, up, down all day long. So we will move on to the next day. So let's see here on the daily chart. What do we have? We have Tuesday closing as a C2. Do we still have? So we still have SMT like this, and then we have also taken out the previous day's low on YM and ES. If we take a look on the 1 hour chart, we can see that we are below. Yeah, we are way below previous days EQ. And if we would just measure the week, we can see that we have a perfect reaction from the CE of that week. So I'm not really fully bearish yet. Do we have the high of day formed from anything of true significance? No. We have SMT between these lows here. So I'm still going to be looking for higher prices on NQ, and we'll try to see if YM would want to catch up to NQ, to the highs. We have this low here on YM, and also this order block, which might get revisited. ES is just inside this huge gap. On a 1 hour chart, we have PSP and SMT. I really like this. And it's a C2 from the 8 a.m. So we have open low, and we are trying to trade it higher. And I really like this. You actually could take a positional entry, I think like this, with your stop. Let's put it close to half of the week, and look to trade uh, above midnight. Sorry, Asia, and maybe up to previous day's high. We also can see that YM has V-shaped off of its respective low. We could actually try to take a positional just so we see how 930 how and if 930 can provide a setup. I don't know why it doesn't really want to take my order. So we'll just aim. Okay. Is it still working? Okay, now it is. Okay, so 930 just obliterated us. So we have to see what we are going to be doing on the other weaker assets. We have to see some kind of strength switch. You can see that we are starting to go higher. This S&T still stands. Dropping to the 5-minute chart, we can see that we have this BPR right here. NQ is clearly the most bullish asset. I want to see YM CISD first before we make any trades on NQ, because this is bound to happen where we just take out this eye and then start going lower. Okay, we had news at 10, and we no longer have this SMT. So we have closed, let's see, on a 1 hour chart. Yep, we have taken the previous day low. So our bias wasn't really the greatest. I was looking for higher prices on NQ. And we are still pushing down with NQ, and we can see that on ES we are starting to go higher. So we are decoupled once again. I'm just waiting to see some kind of strength switch. Nothing I see of interest for now. We just have this range that we took out the low, and now we are looking to take the high. I'm not seeing anything I could trade, to be honest with you. Nothing. We dug inside this Ferrari gap, and on the daily, I'm just waiting to see something, but I don't see anything. This SMT without V-shaping doesn't mean anything. You could potentially take this with your stop where maybe this week and then trade lower. But I still didn't like that. These days are rough, man. Let's go to the next session. So starting from the daily chart, we can see that we are overall bearish. Our targets would be these lows here, and for YM this low from the 1 hour chart. So let's start with 4 hours. So 4 hour, we can see that we have SMT and we have SMT fill with this gap. So I think that right now NQ is trying to catch up with YM. So it is the current weakest asset, and I'm looking to trade it to this low right here. And we have this PSP, so we have SMT fill and the PSP on the 2 a.m. candle. Everything is pointing down, even though we haven't had any retracements. I think 9:30 will provide a retracement, and then we are good to go lower. I don't know what is happening. Okay, I'll be back. 71. I don't know what is happening. Okay, we are technically back. We can see that we have a decoupling again. So we are just waiting for YM to sweep out this high, and then we will try to get an entry on NQ. We are just looking for bearish setups. So do we have anything that we could frame a trade off of? We have this rally up on the 15-minute chart like this. We can see that we are holding CE on a 5-minute chart. We have no gaps, but if we close below this, you could possibly take a trade down to the sell side liquidity. but I wanted to see one more SMT or something. We can see that we are just dumping. One thing I don't like is that we don't see any signs of Dow actually wanting to go back lower or strength switch, or yes, we do have this PSP on a higher time frame. I mean, yeah, we technically have this where we can see that we have a PSP and SMT and we are still going down. So you could actually take this with your stop on high, and I think you get 2R down to this, even 2.6R. But I want to see some bearish signs on YM, because for now it just looks like consolidation, and we are not reversing just yet. So I want to see it reverse, because you can see that NQ just it can start doing this. Let's look on a 15-minute chart again. So we have SMT between these highs, but it's not really relevant because it's not at the extreme. Looks like YM closed below this bullish fair value gap here. YM looks like it wants to go down, but I don't like this strength switch between NQ and ES, where yeah, it allows YM to maybe go down to this low, but that means that NQ is not the leading asset anymore on the lower time frames. So I want to see if we can get another strength switch. We are just consolidating. We have to take out this high. I don't know with these setups. It's just hard. What do we have on a 1 hour? We have a PSP here and SMT like this. YM has just been ranging for the whole day, like a seek and destroy pattern, and NQ and ES have been dropping. We are inside this 1 hour gap. If we can see YM take out its previous day, previous hour high, maybe we can still frame shorts, but until then, I don't like anything. I need to see YM take out that high. Otherwise, I'm not taking it, because we're just consolidating. It fell just short of it. Yeah. We just consolidate. So we have taken it now. I want to see. Okay. Yeah, we're still pushing up. This doesn't look like a failure to manipulate. We have to see it close below this to frame shorts. This doesn't look that bad. Let's see on the 5-minute. So on a 5-minute, this doesn't look like a V shape. We are still inside this gap, which is inverse now. If we actually close above it again, where we have another bullish gap like right here, we could actually take this higher. Wow, we are closing above it. So we could take this with your stop. You can put your stop below this higher time frame, so 15-minute gap. But on the 5-minute chart, you can put your stop below the bodies of this bullish order block. And we can basically target, let's target these fair value gaps here, or can we, like, let's just shoot for a 2-hour trade, closer to the day open. So let's just market order this. From the 15-minute chart, we can see that we have closed above this gap also. I feel like the stop is in a safe place right now. We are back inside this. I don't really have a good place to put myself break even. I think we are just gonna hold it until close. We're getting close to the end of the day, and I'm just gonna close it here because we are not gonna be able to hold it overnight. So that will be like half an hour. Really bad days, to be honest. I don't know. I chose that random, and these days are just hard. We don't really see clean expansions or clean daily profiles. So let's take a look again on the daily chart, where we can see that we are inside this big daily fair value gap. We are inside this propulsion block. We have SMT with this gap. Overall, we are the most bullish on NQ. Do we have PSP here? So Thursday, yes. Oh, we actually have it like this. So we have SMT. This is a glitch on FX replay that doesn't really allow me to see all three at the same time while looking just on the daily. I don't know why. So we have a PSP with a strength switch. So we can see that this asset takes out this low, and we didn't take out the previous day low, but we closed bullish. So I think I will be looking to take longs on YM. We also have a C2 on ES. Looking at the 4-hour chart, we can see that we have just been more so consolidating here on NQ. If we were to look at the 7-hour chart, we can see that we kind of have London reversal, but I want to see if we respect 50% of this candle's range to push down, or if we disrespect it and look for higher prices to like this resting highs here, or this fair value gap, or something like that. On a 1-hour chart, we can see that we have a huge fair value gap on YM and ES, and a smaller one on NQ. NQ is the leader overall on the higher time frame, but it has switched strengths with YM here like this, where YM became temporarily stronger. And I need to see how 9:30 opens, even though we have SMT on the lows. I will be looking to see if we have pullback into this gap and push higher. So NQ is just pushing up. We don't have any retracements. So first 15 minutes, we can see that NQ just wants to push higher, and we have a small but significant strength switch happening here, where you can see that where NQ, based on a 1-hour chart, was the most bearish one, and so the lagging asset currently became the stronger asset to the upside. And I want to see if we have a strength switch with YM so that we can trade YM up to the current day's high. Let's drop to the 5-minute. YM is basically just consolidating. I see that ES is also starting to go up. And this is most likely going to be our strength switch. So you can see that we have swept this low and closed bullish, while NQ swept out this low but closed bearish. So that means that we can take the lagging asset to the high that is currently strength switching with NQ. So this asset can catch up to what NQ is doing. So let's just shoot for a 2R here. So market order this. I'm gonna be break even when we take out this high. So we took out that high, we are pushing ourselves break even, and you can see that the target was hit. So what was the idea behind it? Again, overall NQ for the time being before 9:30, NQ was the lagging asset to this highs right here, where if we look on the daily chart, we can see that the previous day, so September 7th, was a bullish day, closed a bullish day on YM, and it closed bearish on NQ. And more so, NQ took out September 6th low, while YM didn't. So we have a bullish SMT like this, and it is actually two-staged because YM actually took out this candle's low. So we have it two-staged like this. Overall, if we were to take any asset to the upside just based off of the higher time frames, in the long run, yes, NQ would technically be the stronger one, but intraday, because of this signature right here, because of this PSP and SMT at the lows, YM was currently this day's stronger asset. And if we look on the 1-hour chart, we can see that we have another SMT like this. So once again, NQ was the lagging asset, but then at 9:30, we can see that NQ didn't manage to take out this low, yes, while YM and ES did. So NQ temporarily, until this high, became the leading asset. So just to the current day's high. So this is London's high, okay? Then we can see that NQ dropped inside this big fair value gap that it created. And when it dropped into it, so we have this candle, the 955 candle, closed as a bearish candle, while on YM, it actually closed bullish. So we have SMT with this low, and you can also take the 930 low, for example. So we have SMT like this, but YM temporarily switched strengths with NQ to catch up to this high of day. So YM closed bullish, closed above these two down close candles. It also took out liquidity, so this becomes a protected swing, we can just market order in the next candle and just shoot for a 2-hour trade above this high. So once you cross this high, you can just put yourself break even, and that was a pretty nice trade. And let's go over to the next day. I'm probably gonna do one more week, and that is gonna be it for this video because it's already getting kind of long. So on the daily chart, I don't know why we contract switch. Okay, so YM also based on the contract switching is currently the strongest asset to the upside on a 4-hour chart. We have just been expanding. We have the PSP here on the 6 o'clock candle, and we have SMT fill with YM ticking inside. This candle, this rally up created at 10 p.m. We can see that it took out this low right here, and then we also took out the high. We are just looking for this very relevant buy side liquidity pool. So if we drop to the 15-minute chart, we can see that we have so much bullish momentum into YM, and I just want to see how 930 reacts. Maybe because maybe we can see a strength switch, and we can trade NQ up to this high right here from Wednesday. We still have YM as the most bullish asset. With this SMT like this, we are still holding this gap. If we continue to expand like this, I don't think we will get the strength switch, simply because we are just too bullish overall. But I really want to see something. We have NQ having a very deep retracement, and this is not a good sign. I mean, yes, we have been expanding from the low of day, and we got inside a discount, but with this high of a move, I don't know if we are going to see higher prices. I still want to see strength switch. I was really hoping to see it on this candle as a PSP, and then SMT with the next candle on YM. Looking at the 1-hour chart, we can see that we are inside this gap right here, and we have a huge wick. We have taken all the resting liquidity here. We might be done with the move below, but looking at the candle, we still have a small wick here, so we could still expand. But I need to see some confirmation, because for now we only have this SMT here like this. But we are V-shaping for now. I like YM's price action. I want to see a two-stage. Otherwise, I don't know if I want to take this. We technically have this like this with the 8 o'clock candle and then consecutive candles. But as you can see, we're just ranging now. We have to take out either the high or the low to see some sort of reaction. I want to see a reaction out of YM. Okay, we can see that for the moment we have switched strengths here with this SMT and PSB, and we are currently going up. We have invalidated this gap and created another gap on our way up. But I want to see some strength into YM as well, not only on NQ, because this might just be a fake move and we dump lower to these failure swings created here. For now, I don't like it. We have to see something happen on YM, and I like this. Let's see it again from the higher time frames. So what do we have? We don't have anything really on a 4-hour chart. On a 1 hour, what do we have? We have SMT and PSB. So that's really only thing we require for this. And we also have this resyncing where we have strength switch again into YM. But would I want to take YM? If we look at the daily range, we can see that YM is really far down, and NQ for now is above EQ, which is a good thing in terms of strength. So ideally, I would want to take this trade on NQ to the upside. So I will put a limit here with my stop on this low and look to trade for a 2R into this 930 created order block. Looking again at the 15-minute to make sure. So we have our stop on we have the 2-stage actually here on this low, and we also have it with this low. So I feel pretty safe putting my stop here, and we also have this inversion created here. We are looking to trade up to the 15-minute gap fill. So let's put on this trade as a limit. So we are now tagged in. We can see that all of the assets V-shaped. We are V-shaping again. If we take out this high, I will put myself break even. I don't like this deep retracement again. This doesn't sit right with me. We have a huge consolidation here, and I was just looking to get above this and see follow through up to this high. But this is really not something I want to see. Okay, we are above this high, so I'm gonna put myself break even. And we see that we have finally delivered. Was this a good setup? yes, I think it met all of our criterias. The daily bias was a bit shaky with this deep retracement back into the range, but we have two stage and we were trading uh, in line with all three assets, all of them V-shaping up. But I didn't really like this type of delivery where it had really deep retracements, the really deep pullbacks, and not really very clean delivery to the upside. So let's get into the next day. So looking at the daily chart, you can see that we have kept. Is this also because of the contract switch? I don't know. Might be. So we have kept above this September 1st high on NQ. So we are technically the most bullish overall on NQ. I would like to see a strength switch with YM to catch up to this high. So looking at the 4-hour chart, we can see that we have just an open low day. Do we have the high formed from anything of true significance? We have SMT like this, and it's SMT after we have taken this high like this. Could this be the high of day? Potentially, yes. We also have SMT with the previous day's high, but because of this gap, we will take it with a grain of salt. But NQ looks like it wants to fill this gap here. I don't know where the contract switch was on the 10th on YM, but on the 11th on NQ. Don't know why. So looks like we are going down for now on all the three assets. I want to see if we get a move back up into this very shorter block to fill this huge gap that was left from the contract switch, or do we form SMT, PSV, something at the low of day to get up to these resting highs here on YM. I'm just gonna let the first 15 minutes play out and we'll go from there. So what can we see? We have SMT here and we also have PSP, so we have a two-stage at the low. Was it created from something of significance? And it was with this previous day's low taken on YM. So we could be potentially looking at the low of day here, and surprisingly NQ looks like it is stronger than YM, with it closing above these two bearish gaps. So we have an inversion feral gap created here on a 5-minute chart. We have not CISD'd on any asset so far. We can see we are still dipping our toes inside this feral gap. So for now, NQ looks like it is the strongest one to the upside. I would want to see some bullish momentum into YM if we were to take any trades to the upside. Let's look on the 4-hour again. So 4-hour, we closed as a PSP, and we have SMT on the previous day low. So I think this would be a good setup for this low of day. And on a 5-minute chart, we have CSD, we have this bullish breaker here, we have these two fair value gaps that I think we are going to push through and then come back up and see them act as support. But I still want to see, let's mark them out. I would still want to see some bullish momentum coming to YM, or maybe strength switch. That would be even better. Oh, and I think there it is. So we have SMT like this. And I was looking for this to close above this. Otherwise, I'm not gonna take it. I need to see it close. Otherwise, we are gonna do this. So we are just gonna consolidate until we see YM show some signs of going up. So that low of day proved to be fake because we didn't see any follow through on YM. So YM is basically just consolidating between this high and this low. And we are looking to see what NQ is going to be doing. We have SMT here. Not really something I like. We disrespected this. So we have this BPR created for the downside. I still need to see something. Looks like YM is trying to be bullish now. Well, we didn't even have this as a gap fill. So right now, I don't really see anything that I could get involved with. Okay, looks like YM is trying to go up. We have this SMT fill like this. But as we are at the lowest point of the day, I don't really like shorting in this dip discount. I need to see price come up to a premium to short. Otherwise, I feel like I'm just chasing price. So it looks like YM just decided that it was time to go higher. I want to fast forward to 12 o'clock to analyze the 6-hour candles. So we have a pretty important PSP here. And if we were to take this low, which would be a sequential SNT between the third and fourth quarter, I think I could take a trade on YM to the previous day's high at least, or maybe to this relevant high here. But I would like to see the sequential SMT. Otherwise, I'm probably not going to take this trade because NQ expanded a lot to the downside, and right now it looks like it's just consolidating. I don't see how I could get involved with this. Maybe here, where we had just this PSP. PSP and fill. So what was this? 1245. 1245. It's about here. Longing at the highest point of day with this gap and also this gap. I didn't like this. Let's go to the next session. I didn't really like the previous day. It was kind of all over the place. So we have this gap created here from the contract switch, and we see we have currently a very nice reaction out of it. Also on NQ, and we have a PSP. Do we have a PSP? So September 12th. No. We just have SMT at the highs. Wait, how was it? So this is between 11th and 12th. No. Sorry. So for now, we have SMT at the low of day. You can see that NQ dipped inside this Ferrari gap, and we have a really nice reaction for now. And YM didn't manage to sweep the previous day's low. So we are currently looking for buys on all three assets as YM took out its relevant high here. I think I would just be looking for longs on whichever asset proves to be the leading one on the lower time frames, because on the daily we are basically at the same point on all of the assets. Only ES didn't manage to reach up to this high, but I don't like trading ES. Okay, so I've seen that on 1 hour chart. We have SMT like this, and then we have a PSP. This is not really a strength switch because this was already the stronger asset. But it's good to take notice of this 8 o'clock PSP. If we look on the 5-minute chart, we don't currently. We don't have the CISD on NQ, but we do have it on YM. Wait, what was this? So this was CPI. Okay, so on a 15-minute chart, we can see that we are more so consolidating for now. I would want to see, of course, these resting highs get taken, but I'll let the first 15 minutes pass, and then we can see what we can do. So I like this closure above the London highs, and I am mainly looking to take a trade up to this highs here. The only thing that bothers me right now is that YM closed with a huge wick to the upside, and this is going to be problematic if he doesn't want to CISD higher. We have SMT between NQ and YM, and also NQ and ES. Do I want to take this is the question. We are really high up in the range, basically at the high of day. So if I were to take an entry here, I would just have to go break even at this high, which isn't really ideal. So I'll just have to wait for a deeper pullback and maybe a strength switch. So this was this 5-minute gap tested, and do we have we also have this 15-minute that got inversed, and we see a really nice reaction from both. On the 3-minute chart, we didn't have the CSD, and we didn't really have it on a 1-minute either, but we have once again this SMT like this, where you see that YM is really reluctant to go down. But I want to see if we see YM, sorry, NQ CISD over this level. I think I can trade YM, which is refusing to go lower up to this high again. So let's see what happens, and we start to go down again. I don't really like this deep retracement because we have this important price point here where this is a news wick that we could revisit. I want to see, okay, so because of this close, I am right now very, very reluctant to take any more longs. Why? Because we have closed below these two close candles, so this becomes our bearish order block. Do we have SMT or something significant at the high of day? We don't. The thing is, I don't trust this high being the high of day, but I don't really trust this news wick either being the low of day. So right now we are just inside this huge range, and I just want to see either side get taken and see the reaction. So we take out the high. What do we do now? So we are failing to manipulate this high. So that means I will be looking to take trades to the upside on all the assets. And I want to see a strength switch somewhere. Okay, we take out this low. And if we, it's the thing about longing at the highest point of day. Because NQ looks like the best asset to trade, with it having the most bullish momentum. I want to see 15-minute setup, otherwise I'm not getting into this. We have SMT again between these lows. I want to see a strength switch into YM, otherwise I'm not taking it. I like this ferrule gap, but I need to see the strength switch because we currently are still the most bullish on NQ. We can see that we respect half of this week. If we disrespect it and sweep it one more time on YM, I could probably take NQ. And we don't. I don't like this at all. So we sweep it again. We do not have the strength switch. We are just consolidating right now, and I don't like it. We still don't have it. We still don't have it. And YM basically took out the CPI low and the previous day's low, while NQ just consolidated, and now it's making a deeper retracement into this bullish order block here. It's 3 o'clock. I don't think we are gonna have any more setups. Have we actually taken out this low? No, it's equal lows. this could be seen as a strength switch, but the daily profile invalidated it, so we basically just ranged for the whole day. So let's just go to the next session. Daily chart. What do we have here? So we closed as a C2 from yesterday. So that is a good sign for bullish price action, at least to this high here. And we also have this higher time frame gap that we could go up and have a fair value gap fill. I'm just gonna also annotate this as a buy side liquidity pool. We also have ES pushing up through its respective high, and we have a PSP here. So we have PSP. Do we have SMT? No, we don't. So we just have this PSP here with NQ looking like the strongest asset. Anything for a low of day? Not really. We only have this PSP from the London candle. We don't have any SMTs. So on 1 hour chart, what do we have here? We have PPI. Okay, so what do we see here? We have SMT like this, where we sweep out this, but it's not really relevant because it's not this low. So we still have equal lows left here. I can see NQ drop at 9:30 to clear out this equal lows and also this news week. And yeah, that is pretty much gonna be it. So I don't see anything else. I'll just let the first 45 minutes tell us anything about this session. Nothing much. We are still trading inside this range. I would like to see either side get taken out. So as we said, NQ looks like it took out the current day's low, and this is a really nice reaction from it. We have YM looking like the leading asset to the upside. We also have YM, we also have ES, sorry, closing above these candles here. You could potentially take, you can see that it's V-shaping up. Do we have SMT? Yes, we do. We also have PSP like this inside the gap, so you can technically take this like this. But to get 2R out of this, where would your target be? So for a 2R trade, you would have to get a technically this high could be your target because this is a really small fair value gap. You could actually try to take this. So your entry would be on this order block on a 15-minute chart where we have a 2-stage inside of a gap. So let's see how the shoot. I don't like the fact that we took out the current day's high. I don't like that at all. I would have much preferred it to just tap this order block and then see that happen, but not tap it and then go back, because that's not really a good sign. But we will see. Yeah, I don't like this. That was just unlucky. Where was 10 a.m.? So this was here. I think I fast forwarded too fast, because I wouldn't have taken this because we have taken the high of day. I would much rather have it just tap and then put myself break even here, because this is exactly what is bound to happen when you take out the current day's high. You can just reverse. That was a mistake on my part. Let's see if we can get anything out of this day. So if we look on a 4-hour chart, what do we have? We have SMT and PSB. So we have it like this, where NQ looks like it's clearly the most bearish asset, but overall the previous day supports bullish expansion. So I'm not yet sold on the idea of shorts, even though we are breaking through the current low of day. I just want to see how YM reacts to this order block here, and how YM moves below this low, because for now, as you can see, we have very large wicks and we have very large SMTs. So we still have SMT like this. Do we have a strength switch? Currently, no, we don't. But I really like the reaction that we got from NQ here. Really looking like it wants to go higher. It's actually reaping. So, whoa, okay. I feel like this was a bit exaggerated. How could we have gotten involved with this? We just have this one stage here. Just mainly based off of how fast NQ CISD here, but it's basically just pushing up with no retracements at all. Not even on the lower time frames. We're just pushing up, consolidating for a bit, and then just pushing up. So I will be looking for a retracement. Otherwise, yeah, nothing to trade for now. I would like to see NQ fail to manipulate this high, but give us yes, like this. We have to switch strengths with YM. Otherwise, I don't think. Okay, like this, where you can see that we have SMT between the gap. So we have SMT fill like this. But we also have SMT between these 15-minute candles. So we could possibly take YM to this high and maybe further out. Looking at the 1 minute, we can see that we have this inversion right here. And we closed above this down close candle, and also this, so this sequence of down close candles. But I want to see the CSD happen on NQ2, otherwise we can do exactly that. So back to the high time frames to see if we can get anything else. I want to see this sweep. We have what? Oh, we have a two-stage here. So we have it like this. We have it like this, where we have a PSB and an SMT fill. So we can look inside this and maybe try to get in with our stop below this. All the assets are V-shaping. We have technically not CISD here, but on this, because the CISD is so much higher, and we have this with a gap, and we close above it, this could be considered your CISD. So I'm willing to take this to a 2R, which would be where? So in very close proximity to this high. So if we look again, we have two stage where we have SMT fill and we have a PSP. So we can take entry. Looking at the 5-minute chart, we have this gap that could potentially be revisited. So our stop would have to go below this to be completely safe. So 2R would be about here. I'll take it like this. I'll take it like this. So let's see. Okay. I wanted to say that I'm gonna be break even once we cross this buy-side liquidity. So let's recap this trade once again. And so we saw that NQ from the get-go started going down. We even took up the current day's low, and then we saw NQ break to the upside, and we had on a 1-hour chart we had this swing that we can see that NQ was well above, and YM didn't really manage to get to it. So with NQ being so high up in the range, when you look on the 15-minute chart, we can see that NQ, so because NQ already reached its target, now YM has to catch up to NQ. So I was waiting for a strength switch into YM to see at least this high get taken. And as you can see, we have an SMT fill where NQ dug inside this fair value gap at 10:30, while YM failed to do so. So we have SMT fill, and more so, you can see that this 11:30 candle closed as a PSP, and I was looking inside the next candle to better position myself to get to our to this buy-side liquidity pool, and maybe and up to basically get a 2R. But what I've seen, so we had in here, we can see that all the assets were V-shaping, even though the correct or true CISD was here. Because it is so high up, we can see that we have pushed higher. We had this retracement and closed back above it. So this right here could be considered your CISD for NQ. So all the three assets were pushing up. And why didn't I put my stop loss below this to get like 4R? Well, I was I was worried about this 5-minute gap here, that we could easily just tap it and go back up. So I put my stop loss below this 3-minute fair value gap, and also below this 5-minute fair value gap, basically to the body of this bullish order block on the 5-minute chart, to be rather safe than sorry. And as you can see, price really expanded to our draw, and let's see how much higher it could have gone. Yeah, so we were just bound to go higher, and this was a really nice trade. So let's get to the last session. Again, let's look on the daily chart. On the daily chart, we can see that we have basically reached our targets on all of the assets, and it's a Friday. This could just be accumulation for the next week. We can see that we have taken the previous day's high on all of the assets. On the 4-hour chart, we can see that we have opened high. We took the high from the previous day and then started to close back into the range. NQ has the best looking framework to get to its previous day low, while you can see that YM is still inside this huge gap, and we have SMT and PSB at the highs with NQ. So NQ is currently the leading asset to the downside. On a 1-hour chart, yeah, we can see that NQ has been expanding from the London session, while YM made one last run above the London highs before going down. So I'm just gonna play the first 15 minutes. Okay, that was quick. So NQ just ripped straight through the previous day low. Not much I can do there, to be honest. Maybe just like this. Do we have anything here? No, we don't. So I don't see how you could have gotten involved in this. So let's see. If we get a strength switch into YM, maybe you could go below the 930 or 830 lows from yesterday, but I don't see YM going down till here or here. We'll just have to wait. So looks like NQ is still pushing down. We have a PSP here. We have another SMT. YM is starting to fall as well, but we don't have the strength switch. If we do not see the strength switch, I am not willing to go into this trade. You can see that we have a strength switch to the upside here for NQ. So we have a PSP and SMT on NQ, and they just got violated. So let's wait for 11 o'clock. So 11 is here. So looking at the 4-hour, we are just dumping. So our target on NQ is this, and for the time being, for YM is this. So we are failing to manipulate this low, as you can see. So we are dumping straight through these lows, and our target is this Wednesday low. I think this is CPI low, if I'm not mistaken. I'm looking to see if I could get on side. I think maybe NQ takes out this low. Then we will have the same thing happening as yesterday, where NQ just takes this low, and then we'll have a strength switch where NQ gets inside this fair value gap, and then lets YM run to this low. Okay, we have a PSP here. I don't like this from YM. It's too strong to the upside. Okay, we have SMT between these highs, but we have to see something more, not just that. I want to see NQ get above into this fair value gap. Okay, so NQ got inside the fair value gap. And I want to see, yes, take the high once again. So we have SMT with this high. So we have SMT like this. And then we have another SMT like this. And right now, I want to see all of the assets start to V-shape to the downside. And as you can see, NQ doesn't want to. Okay, now NQ does. But also NQ has this open draw left. I am more inclined to take NQ because the draw is still intact. So I am more inclined to take something like this. So I will adjust my stop loss to get a fixed 2R. So right up to this high. So why am I taking NQ here? Because the draw is still open for NQ. It hasn't taken the draw, so we will always be taking the leading asset until the draw is met. So we can see that we are really nicely dumping. And because we have taken this low, I'm just going to go break even. And we can see that our draw is met. So to quickly recap this trade, I think this was a really good example. So NQ was clearly the leader to the downside. And our target was this. So not only was this a very relevant level, it was also a news wick. So you can note that news highs and lows are very important price levels and are very sensitive. So with NQ being this close, making relatively equal lows right above this news wick, sell side liquidity, I was waiting to see some sort of strength switch with YM, and that came out here where you can see that we have this high on YM that didn't get taken here, and more so we also have this. So we have a larger SMT, and then we have a consecutive candle SMT between these two candles inside the gap. And why are we taking NQ even though YM would be the weaker asset, so the stronger asset to the downside? Because our draw is still open. If we would have taken this draw already, then yes, we would be taking the lagging asset to its strong liquidity. But because NQ hasn't met its draw, we will still take the leading asset up until it reaches its strong liquidity. And as you can see on the 1 minute chart, after we saw that we had this two-stage SMT, I was waiting for all the assets to CISD, and I was waiting for NQ to see some more bearish reactions and close below this series of up-close candles here, and that came out here. I put my stop above this high to get a perfect 102 risk to reward down to this low, and you can see that on all of the assets here at the 1303, all of the assets were expanding to the downside, so we were fully aligned. We had a lot of resting liquidity on all of the assets, so this was basically an A+ setup. So that is gonna be it, guys. I hope you learned something from this backtesting, and if you like this type of content, please let me know by hitting the like button and subscribe, because if content like this gets the most likes, I'm gonna be doing more often. So yeah, this is gonna be it. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.